Yo, what's going on, man? This is your boy Super Mario. You're in the Yo with your boy, man. Today we're going to talk about this new technology from this company out of Switzerland. It's called GPU Audio. They've been making some movement in the music community when it comes to introducing this new technology that requires DSP processing from a familiar source. That lives right there inside of your computer, man. And, hence the name GPU Audio. You know what I'm saying? This company is basically developing this technology where they can pull DSP processing for native plugins straight from the graphics card that is built into your computer. So the technology is kind of like how UAD is set up. You know what I'm saying? UAD basically has these DSP chips that are built inside of a interface. So, some interfaces let's say, for instance, this is the Personas Revelator interface. But let's say, for instance, this was a Apollo interface from UAD. It has built-in DSP processing chips inside of that interface to run, multifaceted plugins that doesn't really, take away from your computer processor. However, GPU Audio decided to go a different way and utilize your graphics card for as the processing power is concerned. Now that is big news, for audio engineers, music producers, and musicians that really don't want to invest in hardware equipment nor have to, invest in high dollar computer machines just to use them for X amount of time and then have to redo the whole process. If you could just build a good computer that has the basic stuff that you need to get done and didn't have spend most of that money on a graphics card, which will benefit from, the look of the DAW and also video content production and also music production, you can draw that DSP processing for that particular plug-in from the graphics card. I think this will be a real good, technology to, lease out and allow other plugin developers to utilize. That way they can have better emulations on different plugins and whatnot, and just give them more confidence to create a plugin, and they don't have to necessarily worry about, how can we, reduce the amount of stress on a computer processor when we build a plugin. They can just solely focus on building the plugin itself, man. So this is real good technology and whatnot. Now you can definitely go on their website and check out more about GPU Audio, which is gpu.audio, and here's their website right here, and it'll give you a rundown of what they are capable of. The ability to have low latency plugins, when you're rendering out a mix, how you have a whole bunch of plugins and your computer start getting bogged up and bottlenecked and stuff like that. Well, you can definitely get instant results along with that. It allow you to, use a lot of those GPU cores that are built into your graphics card really easy and stuff like that. So you can sign up, create an account, and you can get their, I think it's the Fur Convolver impulse response convolution reverb, which is very CPU heavy or whatnot, but they want to show you that most of that power, most of that processing is going to come from your graphics card, and we'll take a look at that here in a few seconds. But you can definitely sign up and get that plug-in for free, but you can also sign up and be ready to do a beta test on their beta pack, which will consist of 4 modulation plugins. You'll have a delay, a phaser, a flanger, and look like a parametric EQ and everything like that. This will be a really good test run to utilize these tools in your mixes and take the stress off of your CPU and put it more on that graphics card right there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get into Ableton Live and check out this gospel vocal that I have right here, just so you can understand how much number one, processes is being pulled from the GPU, but here what can happen if this technology is to move forward successfully. All right, so we're gonna play this gospel vocal and check out what we got. Ooh, oh yeah. So that's a drop vocal, okay? Drop vocals, harmony and everything like that between a man and a woman. But we got 10 impulse responses, and all of them, you know what I'm saying, they pull processing power differently. So if I put it on number 5, for example, you know, it's gonna pull the processing power a little bit harder than number 6 or whatnot. But not exactly sure if you can see, but my computer right now is idling at 11%. You know what I'm saying, while this plugin is on. Okay, I have the mix at 16%, the dry weight mix at 16%. So this is more like a one knob type of reverb. So we don't know what's going on in the background with the reverb and everything like that, but I'm gonna play this this vocal clip, and you're gonna see the sound quality coming from this. Check this out. You understand? So this is a very, very strong reverb, very, very strong, very good impulse responses when it comes to however and wherever they sample that particular reverb from. All right, so I'm gonna keep this on loop. All right, and we're gonna play this in loop. We're gonna go ahead and turn that down and have that in the background. And as you can see, we have the plugin in loop, and it's playing, and right now the computer is operating in this particular loop at around about, on average, 15%. Okay, so that's a 4% jump, you know what I'm saying, just on the performance meter here in Ableton Live. Now do be mindful that I am doing a screen recording, so I have Chrome browser up, I have my screen recording program up. So we're gonna go to the task manager and check out what this particular what's going on with this particular plugin. Now you can see the CPU with Ableton Live right now. If we was to reorder everything, so Ableton Live right now is basically, you know, idling on the CPU at 1.8%. You can see that right there. It just disappeared all of a sudden. Yeah, about 1.5%. But if we was to go to the performance meter though, basically you can see the CPU is basically idling right now with the plugin still enabled at around about, you know what I'm saying, 28-30%, whatnot. If we was to go down here to the GPU, you could definitely see, you know what I'm saying, it's operating at a hefty 58%, whatever the case may be. So this one plugin is definitely pulling from the GPU. You can see the statistics right there. It picks up from the mid 50 to about 60%, and the temperature on the GPU is definitely high. But if you go to the CPU, it's still operating around 29%. So that shows you evidence that this plugin is really pulling all of this processing power from the GPU. If we were to go back and check out, you know, the CPU is 28%, but if we was to turn it off, you hear no reverb, but the CPU is still at 28%, and the GPU is basically knocked down to around about 20%, 25% basically. Now you can see that the NVIDIA, you see that long period of time that we had right there. So that's when I turned it off, and you can see that it jumps up right here at about 60%. This impulse response convolution reverb definitely is fitting the bill and proving its point that it pulls all its processing from the GPU itself. And like I said, we went to Task Manager and we proved this. Our CPU has been operating steadily at under 30%, But you know what I'm saying, when we turn this off, you definitely can go to the Task Manager and look here and go to the GPU, the NVIDIA GPU here, and you'll see a big jump from about 60%, and we're operating a little bit under 30%. And until next time, this has been your boy Super Mario. You have been in the yo. Y'all be easy.